Alright, so this is part two. I'm not sure why I didn't decide to make intro to part one. Also, at the time of recording this video, part one basically doesn't exist because no one's watched it. But I'm still making part two, like none the wiser or despite all that, whatever. I'm still making part two. So here it is. Part 2, Chapter 2. Woo!
They did it! We're still here!
Yeah, but the 0 point is exposed. You have to go in.
Oh, come on. Last thing we need is another snapshot of me inside the loop.
No, the last thing we need is someone escaping the loop. You need to get in there and fix it.
Understood, ma'am. I'm on it.
And do not draw the attention of the 7. Jones, are you there?
I just need to stabilize the 0 point and reseal the bridge, but not let anyone escape. Easy, right? Okay. Locate the best hunters across all realities.
Signatures triangulated and defined. Execute.
This better work.
The attack by Galactus has burnt a hole through the island and the facilities that housed the 0 point, which is now dying. The island's controllers can no longer hide from defending the island, forcing them to reveal themselves and their true name, the Imagined Order, in parentheses, I.O. They have been the ones watching us since the beginning for the sake of their twisted science, something that the 7 have long attempted to stop. More about the I.O. will be revealed as they struggle to save the island from the consequences of their experiments below. However, this catastrophe came from above, and one of their agents must now prevent the 0 point's collapse. John Jonesy Jones, whom we've briefly met thanks to Jules and Midas's device. The I.O. has safely observed us from under the island for a millennia, believing that if the 0 point were harmed, it would heal itself with time, no matter if the island and its people survived. After nearly being consumed, the 0 point floats above the new scorching tunnel that connects to the bridge from which it was taken, the underground headquarters of the I.O., first mentioned in the scientists' tapes. As a response to its harm, the 0 point has turned the entire center of the island into a crystalline desert. The sand eventually tumbles and covers the tunnel, blocking us from any access to the I.O. Now their priority is to keep us away from the 0 point. With access to it and the I.O.'s technology, we can escape the loop that makes us fight and even forget the reason why. To stop anyone from reaching the 0 point, Jones is given the mission to triangulate the best hunters from across the Omniverse, the vast existence that can be accessed by the 0 point when aligned.
No one is escaping the loop. Not on my watch. I've been gathering the greatest hunters across all realities, and I started with the best. Cost a lot of credits to convince Mando, but this is the way. The plan? Pure chaos, and no one will sew it better than them. Menace, reality's greatest gladiator. The guy's never been defeated. Man Cake, a flapjack forged on a griddle of rage. And Maeve, you know, just a shape-shifting barbarian warrior. As they explore the island, they'll have scores to settle and bounties to collect, all while we get ready for the next phase. And we're just getting started. So, what are you waiting for? The hunt is on.
He records these adventures in reality logs, offering mission updates to his boss, Dr. Sloan, head of the island team. The Hunters settle on Hunter's Haven, a new facility sponsored by the IO and protected by their guards from underground. Before joining the hunt, Jones had to sell them on the idea with bars, a brand new currency distributed by the IO and manufactured with Midas's leftover gold. Reese wishes she'd been here to see the Devourer, as a monster hunter with experience chopping beasts of that size. Her adoptive father, Cypress Nell, was her mentor. The Mandalorian followed a strict dogma of helmets and honor until a cute child fell upon his care. Lexa hails from Y Labs, where her genius father equips her with the latest in bounty hunting. Her brother Orin later arrives to save her, thinking that she'd been abducted instead of hired. Condor is a vengeful spirit passed down for generations, a weapon made by alien forces soon to come. Some fueled by bars and others by honor, all with a bounty on our heads. However, as the season progresses, the damage done by Galactus leads the 0 Point to a meltdown. Jones tries gathering even more hunters to control us, like the God of War Kratos, the Scarlet Speedster Flash, and the alien hunters Ripley and Predator. But it's not enough. The IO has exhausted its resources dealing with the fallout of their own inaction, exhausting their best agent too.
This is Agent Jones requesting access to restricted file 8752. This is Agent Jones requesting access to restricted file 8752. Oh, really? No time to stabilize reality, but plenty of time to revoke my credentials. This is Agent Jones requesting access to all materials related to the Seven. Oh, great! Okay, if you're not going to give me what I need, I'm just going to have to take it.
The 0 Point is imploding. We've lost control. Save yourself.
If I don't stop this, it could destroy all existence.
You have your orders. Now get out of there.
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start. I'm going to the 7.
You took an oath. You're betraying everything we stood for you.
I'm gonna need that. Over here. Gotcha.
Do not confront the 7. Jones! Jones!
I know you have no reason to trust me, but... Oh, no.
Hang on. Let's talk. Let's talk. Joe!
I can get you to Geno.
And the sisters?
I can get you all of them. But I need your help to fix that.
You have a deal. For now.
Oh, that's very reassuring.
Time to get to work.
Jones has betrayed the imagined order and stolen their research regarding the Seven, turning his past enemies into allies in a time of crisis. He had served the Order for centuries, as all agents are immortal on the island. Now he sees the IO for what they truly are. After ignoring his boss's warnings, furious at his disregard for the IO's oath, Jones aligns his portal device to the last known location of the Seven and throws it into the 0 point, hoping for a sign, and they reply. A meteor strikes into the desert below the crackling 0 point, which is now surrounded by strands of light, all lashing onto the ground and creating portals to the island's past. From inside the meteor, a life support pod opens to reveal the Foundation, leader of the Seven.
That's our ticket home. Do not make me regret this. And get that looper ready. We don't have much time.
Looper? You again?
Never mind. Look sharp. We're saving reality.
What did you do to the 0 point?
It wasn't me. There was...
With this level of entanglement, I don't know if I can fix it.
We're not giving up.
Who said anything about giving up? Stand by. Once the 0 point starts to bloom, there's no going back.
We've got portals. Not good.
Those aren't portals. Reality is breaking down.
So, we should close them?
What do you think?
Yep, gotcha. We're on it. Yes, got it.
Instability will only get worse from here. Watch out for reality waves.
Copy. We'll keep watch. Reality waves can change anything in a blink. I'm a butterfly.
That was a big one. Everything all right down there?
I'm a butterfly now, so... No! I guess you're up. I'm gonna need you to be my eyes and ears, and arms, and legs. You're gonna have to close those portals. Can you handle it? Haha, of course you can. Let's go. Head back to the portals. There is no way this is good, but it is beautiful.
Good work. But I'm gonna need more time. Keep going.
Copy that! I see 3 more portals, but that next one is really far. I wish we could... Whoa, whoa, whoa! I can teleport? Get down! We're gonna need to find a way past the hunters. Actually, never mind. You look amazing!
I've spent my whole life studying the 0 point. And this is the first time I've really seen it.
We need to move faster. I can't keep this up forever.
Hang on! I'm getting us to that 3rd portal. So the wolves are new, right? Whoa! Alternate realities are breaking through. We gotta keep moving. Oh! Reality wave! Sneaky with us, sneaky with us, sneaky with us! I feel like reality just doesn't like me. It's a good look. It suits you. How are we looking up there?
It's too much. You have to keep going.
We've only got one left. Hold on. We got company. Use one of those reality waves right about now. Well done. That's the last one. I think we got it. That's intense. Okay, this next step is critical. Everything okay up there?
It's not enough. I can't stop it. But I might be able to contain the blast.
Must be sealing himself in. You don't have to do this. You're not leaving until this is done. He needs our help. Come on!
We won't get another chance. You need to seal off the 0 point and overload the device.
Overload the device! I'll be trapped in the loop!
We'll both have to find our way back. No matter what happens, do not give up. I will find you, and you will tell me everything.
You have my word! Here we go!
To show his change of heart, while the hunters gathered by him wreak havoc on the island, Jones asks Foundation to help him stabilize the 0 point, as the island would be destroyed if it continues to melt down. They're also counting on us, kindly nicknamed as Loopers, to help us save reality. Since Foundation is careful about working with Jones, a former IO agent, he asks for information in exchange for his help, the whereabouts of the IO's elusive leader, Geno, and his twin daughters. After Jones agrees, Foundation helps by holding the 0 point's strands with his own hands, one of the many powers enabled by his armor, while Jones is tasked with closing the portals with his device as they're overloading the 0 point. Jones had never seen it like this, having only studied the cosmic orb from afar. To make matters worse, the unstable 0 point sends out pulses that change the landscape of the island, bringing chunks from other worlds in reality waves. One even turns Jones into a familiar butterfly temporarily. Yet, even after closing the last portals, the Zero Point is too weak to bloom. With the imminent threat of its collapse, Foundation is forced to take the same stone that makes the island to encase the Zero Point in the spire. Made of interdimensional matter to sustain its power, for it to realign back into the bridge so it may heal itself. Foundation also encases himself inside the Zero Point to repair its cracked outer shell, a sacrifice that will shape the island for years to come. With the help of a now human Jones, who seals the Zero Point with the last charge of his portal device, trapping himself inside the loop. In the final moments of the Zero Crisis, the last reality wave slipped through the Spire's grasp, turning the island's center into a village that worships and surrounds the Spire, with the likes of Raz, a scholar, and Tirana, a seer of the Jurassic clan. This village has no technology in sight, yet the island's equipment had already been abandoned by the IO after all employees were forced to evacuate to other realities, since the Spire had blocked their access to the Zero Point in the bridge below. To regain their control of the Zero Point in secret, the Order's island team works remotely, planting another world's greatest detective into the loop, Batman. If he were to escape, he would need the Zero Point, just like they do. And so the IO manipulates Batman by also bringing Catwoman, his longtime ally and sometimes partner, for him to fight to regain consciousness in the loop so that both could escape. All in the IO's behalf without Batman ever knowing. Batman succeeds and frees the Zero Point, furious at the IO's manipulation of himself and the island, something that motivates him to join Foundation and the Seven in their long battle against the IO. With their success in freeing the Zero Point, the IO had set an anchor on the island to create a sideways rift, the crack in the sky that connects two realities side by side, to enable their return to the island with the help of evil genius Lex Luthor. However, the IO had never truly left. In each of the island's biomes, towers were built with the Spire's stone, each one protected by assassins and with an engraved rune as part of the IO's insignia. These strays of the Order were left behind to learn the Spire's secrets so that they could protect their own, while Sloane and her island team were gone. Meanwhile, echoes of Foundation's sacrifice can still be heard from the Spire's towers. Jones knows. The former IO agent had been looped many times before while on missions given to him by Dr. Sloane, and each time that anyone escapes the loop, a snapshot of them is made, variants with no memory of their past for the IO to research forever. Jones's variants were the first to notice the Spire's darkness, a familiar one to them. Now the primal age comes to an end, as such darkness has seen the opportunity to strike again. This isn't the first time that the islands faced darkness, once by the Cube's command to drain the Zero Point's power. After the Cube's explosion, the IO had stored its remaining pieces inside their facilities in the bridge, the same facilities that were wrecked by the Spire's formation. A shard of the cube has been lodged inside the Spire's core all along. The runes on its stone affect anything they're inscribed onto. Now, the Zero Point's Spire follows those same commands, with the center of all existence acting as a beacon to the cube's makers and other evil. Darkness still needs the help of an acolyte, and with their access to the Zero Point's disregard for time, they manipulated Raz and his entire past life to become their ideal puppet. His life's only purpose became the retrieval of the Spire's core, going against Tirana's visions and advice, and he succeeds, at a great cost for himself and the island.
Then, the rest of them showed up.
While the island is certainly no stranger to strange phenomena, never before have we seen anything quite like this.
The imagined order has finally returned to the island, which is now under threat by an alien invasion. Raz's discovery of the darkness that had invaded the Spire beckoned a different kind of evil than the cubes, resulting in people and places of the island being abducted, symbols burnt into crops, and a strange shortage of cat snacks. Chimera are now stationed across several landmarks, genetically perfect soldiers spliced from the DNA of all the worlds once invaded by their army, such as the Pluxarians. Other forces that are patrolling the island include the Trespassers, androids modeled after the Chimera, and Zig and Choppy, an unlikely duo of another android and a telepath. These alien soldiers were brought by the mothership that now covers the entire island's sky, big enough to transport civilizations of troops and with a laser capable of destroying us in a heartbeat. But they haven't. Their goal is the same as the IOs, the same as the cubes, and the same as Galactus, the 0 point. Upon their arrival, the aliens focused their laser to obliterate the Spire in an attempt to steal the 0 point. By accessing the Omniverse, no world would escape their invasion. Thankfully, it's already healed and returned to the center of the island, its hiding place. The IO sees the invasion as a conflict of interest, given that their mission is to also use the 0 point, but for a different kind of evil. They use it to bring the best fighters and minds into the loop as to create the perfect society from them. Meanwhile, the Spire's creator, Foundation, is still alive after being ejected from the 0 point the moment that it was hit by the mothership's laser. He remains unaware that his attempt to save reality was corrupted by an alien invader. Foundation's current location is the harbor of Gotham City, home of the Batman, and the last location that the 0 point was aligned to after the hero's escape, designated as reality NF-1935 by the IO. The rift used by them to return to the island was opened in the middle of Gotham, leaving the city vulnerable. However, the Justice League is quick to respond to Lex Luthor's band of villains causing madness, including the multiversal threat of the Batman Who Laughs, a version of the hero that's gone mad. After dealing with the remaining threats and stranding the villain inside the loop, Foundation makes his way back to the Seven's hidden headquarters to prepare for coming battles. Now, to protect the IO's newly regained control of the Zero Point, Dr. Sloan, Jones's former boss and head of the island team, calls us through the island's telephones with mission assignments to infiltrate the alien army and learn how to fight them.
All right, listen up. We don't have much time. We now stand at the brink of war. With an enemy we do not understand. We face impossible odds. And invaders within our ranks. But we have something they don't. A reason to fight! Whether you've always been here, or you're a visitor from another star, this island is ours. And if it's war they want, we'll give it to them!
The IO doesn't wish to protect the island, but they end up doing so by protecting themselves. However, Jones, their former agent, does want to save us and has disguised himself as a cow to be abducted intentionally. As we infiltrate their ranks, the alien army needs some reconnaissance of their own, and the stage is set for a Rift Tour, a flashy music attraction for the people of the island as an attempt to disguise a probe into our memories. If they learn about the island from our past, they'll know how to end it. Thankfully, our guardian Butterfly pulls the plug in time to save us, just as she always has. After providing Sloan with our intel, the IO prepares to end the invasion. By predicting the next part of the island to be abducted by the mothership for analysis, they can sneak in hundreds of bombs to destroy the invader from within, as well as us, their best operative, to follow the bombs and arm them.
Okay, here we go. Hold tight.
They didn't arm you, and troops are everywhere. They might be onto us. I found the abduction chamber housing the bombs. Once this patrol passes, I'll get you out of here. Okay, go. We don't have much time. Okay, they're gone. Give me a moment. I got it. Let's go. If you get seen, get across the bridge as quickly as you can. You've been spotted. Keep moving. Hostiles ahead. Watch out! I've sealed them in. Okay, give me a second to think. There's a transport tube up ahead. That may work. There. That transport tube will get you past their patrols. These aren't intended for organics. Let's hope that's not an issue. You seem to be safe. For now, stay alert. There should be another transport tube ahead. Looks like I'll have to reverse the airflow. Give me a moment. Okay, hold on. Just need to... Okay, and then... And done. Get in the tubes. This will take you right to the abduction chamber. Bombs are in place. I'll get things ready on my end. You keep those backpacks near the bombs. Okay, I'm gonna start the arming sequence. What's happening? The signal was cut off. I'll figure this out. Just stay alive. This is impossible. We thought it was gone for good. Last time it nearly destroyed the island. Arming sequence is good. Almost there. And we're done. You played your part. Now I have to play mine. We are fighting a war in which we are hopelessly outgunned. I won't bring you home. Not if there is a chance that thing can make it back to the island. Over and out.
During our intended abduction, while exploring the mothership to find its weakness and dodging elite trespassers with Sloane's help, we find familiar faces, former henchmen, snapshots of Jones that confuse even the aliens, and locations from before the black hole. An invader that is interested in our past. This alien army is no different than the cube we've faced, after all, but rather a different facet of its makers. Sloane betrays us out of fear from witnessing an old enemy's return. To the IO, any life is expendable in the name of science. As a cube slowly rises from the elevator, taking us deeper inside the mothership. After losing some fellow loopers to the cube's strikes of lightning, with our combined effort, maybe the butterflies or even the 0 points, we cleanse the cube's darkness and turn it blue, making it a new ally to our upcoming war. While we escape pure obliteration, the bombs explode, just as planned. The mothership is destroyed and becomes Skyfire. Hundreds of cubes that were hidden inside the ship fall upon the island to steal what the first cube never could, the power of the 0 point, while the rest of the ship crashes into the ocean aflame.
You should have known we'd return. You thought you saved your little reality. All you did was prepare it for us. So go on and gather what's left of your army. Ready your defenses. And know that when we are done, only nothing will remain.
The Spire had let a primal past loose from elsewhere onto the island, but also a shard of our own past darkness. A battle once fought on Halloween, where fiends and hordes led by the Cube had tried to overtake the island, yet failed to do so. Now, whoever saw the rift of the Visitor as their opportunity to send the Cube through it has returned to try again. One cube is usually enough to corrupt an entire reality to their will, but the island, the center of all existence, will take more than that, the entire multiversal legion. Aboard the island's mothership, beyond the countless purple boxes, was a golden leader for them to follow. After the success of Operation Skyfire, each and every cube crashed on the island and began their search for the 0 point. However, In the present, the Golden Cube calls upon its subjects to roll into the center of the island and build the Convergence, including the cube of our past, which, after being taken from time moments before its explosion, had since been powering Kevolution energy. The Convergence is a pyramid of cubes, with the golden one as its top, meant to create a portal for alien forces from beyond. Built on top of the aftermath of the Zero Crisis, where the desert that was once there had been overtaken by alien flora. The aliens' use of sacred geometry, such as the symbol of the pyramid, is what powers them. To weaken us, the island is currently under attack by hordes of all shapes and sizes. The aliens control monsters strung from stone that we battle alongside hunters. They help us defeat the caretakers and other creatures, all originating from the mysterious sideways dimension by uncovering and destroying the runes that power them. Bubbles also appear on the island that connect to the sideways, just like rifts, showing pockets of a desolate wasteland. Inside this alien world, caretakers and their troops become stronger, as if it were their home. Leading our fight against the hordes is J.B. Chimpansky, a space chimpanzee turned general who rallies bars to help us build the strongest weapons from our past, such as the IO's Brutes and Sergeant Winter's Stormwing planes. The final piece of our new resistance is the converted blue cube that zaps away any nearby monsters. These forces are ruled by an army from beyond reality, the last reality. They march an eternal crusade against any reality that isn't their own, gathering any remnants from the worlds they destroy to become allies of their legion, all led by a chosen monarch that unfolds herself from inside the Golden Cube, the Cube Queen. To stop them, we'll need the help of our longtime heroes and scientists.
Destroy them, my children. There is no escaping the last word.
All imagined order personnel to escape craft.
All imagined order personnel to escape craft.
Wake him up. You just had to be the hero, Jones. You know what happens to heroes?
They, live to fight another day?
Not this time. Do it.
No, don't do it, don't do it!
This isn't personal, Jones. Although I do plan to enjoy it. Would someone see what that is? Impossible. I watched you die.
I got over it.
You came back for me!
You promised me Jeno.
Well, love you too, buddy. Okay, so what's the plan? Great plan!
Shoot anyone who tries to stop me.
Tries to stop you from what?
Taking us to the other side.
What? Oh, I am deep in this.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Could you maybe speed it up?
You want faster? Help!
How is this not helping?
Main console, gyro system, disable it.
On it! How do I do that?
Figure it out!
Figure it out, he said. Oh, got it. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It's done. Initiate phase 2.
Looper spotted. That is our way in. Hold them off. All right, everyone, fall back. Area secured. See you on the other side. Everyone follow me to the bridge. We'll be safe there. It's fun to run for your life, huh? Great. are you? Let me get the door.
Warning. Rotation at 5 degrees.
Let's move, everyone. Whoa! Oh, this is nuts.
Warning. Rotation at 15 degrees.
Don't worry, guys. I'll move the bus by myself. It's right up here, and I will give you a water break soon. Heads up! I know another way. Guys! What a day, am I right? Careful, edges are high.
Warning. Rotation at 30 degrees.
This is the epicenter of the island, you guys. We're safe here.
Warning. Rotation at 45 degrees.
That's the last one! We did it!
Where's my gun?
Okay, I may have dropped it in the 0 point.
Why does she make me keep saving you? Good, you made it. And you brought the loopers.
The surface is lost, but we should be safe here.
Warning. Rotation at 60 degrees.
You call this safe?
It'll hold. It's rated for 1,000 times atmospheric pressure.
Well, what about that?
Get ready to swim!
The Seven arrive to save us with a plan to flip the island and throw the Convergence into the ocean so that the portal to the last reality can be closed and the alien forces stopped. Our mission is to fight and save as much of the island as we can. Yet, to save us, the blue cube sacrifices itself while defending us from caretakers. The hordes arrive in waves through a sideways infection that spreads through the entire island, all powered by the Cube Queen, who now floats above the Convergence to keep their portal open, giving us a glimpse into the last reality's army of thousands of motherships and the cradle that leads them. The scientist and the visitor arrive to evacuate us into the bunkers from which the I.O. once observed us, and to enter the bridge in hopes of salvation, which is now empty after the Order's own evacuation. However, before leaving, Sloan is revealed to have captured Jones, seeing through his animal disguise, and is now interrogating him. She nearly wiped out all his memories from his time as a traitorous hero until the Foundation arrives to save him. Alongside our space knights, we all make our way to the Zero Point, the epicenter of the island, to disable the bridge's gyroscope that keeps the island in balance. A curious caretaker finds us in the depths of the island's ocean and breaks the pressure chamber that houses the Zero Point, flooding it and taking us into the open seas. Still, we successfully disable the bridge and even take some of the IO's intel with us. Now, as we brace for the flip, the Cube Queen screams in agony, having failed to take her greatest prize once again. The flip reveals a brand new island, while our past one sinks into the sea. The snowy landscape of our new home is cube-free, just a calm and lush paradise protected by the Seven, whom we'll fight alongside with now until the IO is gone for good. Now, the calm before the storm begins.